Today we continue to listen Brahma Vihara, Metta Bhavana. And last week we listened the story of the ninjani at the moment of dying. He invited Venerable Sariputra to listen the Dhamma. And Venerable Sariputra gave the talk regarding Metta Bhavana. And that the Ninjani Brahmin had been asked to develop Metta and had thereby attained jhana within a short time of about half an hour before his death. By virtue of this jhana, the ninjani had reached the world of Brahmas. So we should remember that in the absence of any other special meritorious deeds on which we can make reliance on the edge of our death, the development of Metta Bhavana will be reliable, very reliable. Of course, the best reliance is to contemplate and note and become aware of all obvious phenomena, occurrences, as in the case of those yogis who are benefited by the vipassana method of contemplating or mindfulness. And also we need to remember that until death, we need to practice meditation. We should not be discouraged if any development is not clear. And the highly beneficial effect of Metta Bhavana, developing Metta through meditation, had been preached by the Lord Buddha in Nidana Sanyutta Auka Sutta. So in this Auka Sutta, Buddha mentioned developing your mind with Metta for a brief period of time involved in milking a cow once in the morning, once in daytime, and once at nighttime, or smelling fragrance for once only, is far more advantageous than offering of meats by cooking 100 big pots of rice once in the morning, once in the daytime, and once at nighttime, which would of course equivalent to feeding about 3,000 people in all. So here we need to understand Metta Bhavana is far advantageous than and dana, charity. So it is quite evident that developing Metta only for a moment and obtaining much benefits is really precious and invaluable. You need to spend and not too much money. You need to involve too much time and labor. By practicing Metta Bhavana, you can get a lot of benefits. Moreover, the advantages of Metta Bhavana have been preached by Lord Buddha in Ingottara Pali text Ekadaka Nipada Metta Sutta. So there are 11 benefits you can gain by developing Metta. Of course, that benefits you can gain not from ordinary Metta. You can gain these benefits when you have the Metta Citta of Citta Vimutti. So 11 advantages of Metta we should remember from this sutta. This state of mind which had been developed, observed and dependent upon several times, that Metta Citta Vimutti is similar to the vehicle that have been maintained properly and kept in readiness for use. And they are those who have been properly practiced and firmly established. And the feeling of Metta should be free from nivaranas, mental hindrances, such as ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and skeptical doubt. So the first benefits you can gain by developing Metta is Sukha Supati. Sukha Supati. It will give a sound sleep, or rather an uninterrupted sleep. Those people who do not practice Metta Bhavana, who are lacking in the practice of meditation, are restless before falling asleep in their sleeping couch or bed. Perhaps they may be snoring. On the other hand, if you practice Metta Bhavana, if a person equipped with Metta Bhavana has a peaceful sleep with an undisturbed mind, when you fall asleep, you sleep at peace and happily, just like a person who has immersed in a trance of samapatti. So Sukha Supati, sound sleep, is the first advantage. And second is Sukham Pati Bhojati, happily rouses from sleep. When waking up from sleep, some people have started up with a grumble because not a very good sleep the whole night. And some people may have swing and stretch their arms and legs, or may have to make other bodily movements, or roll on before getting up from bed. So some yogi, they practice Metta Bhavana, and when they go to sleep, after developing Metta, will not suffer such miserable condition. And they rouse from sleep happily and as fresh as the blooming lotus flowers. So according to Dhammavada verses, those yogis who practice meditation, such as developing contemplation of Bodhanussati, recollection of the virtue of the Buddha, Itipiso Bhagava Araham, Buddha is free from all mental defilements, he is far away from mental defilements, and he is worthy of veneration, etc. So those yogis who practice Bodhanussati have the advantages of sound sleep and joy and happiness when waking up from sleep. Here, it should be noted that special emphasis has purposely been made on the peculiar characteristics of Metta Bhavana because of its qualities in obtaining such kinds of benefits. And number 3 is na papakan supinam pasati. Evil or bad dreams will not present themselves in sleep. There are instances where a vision may appear in one's sleep as if he has fallen down from a very high altitude, or he has been ill-treated by evil people, ghosts, etc., or he has suffered from snake bites, etc. So horrible dreams they may have if the person do not practice Metta Bhavana. But if the person practice Metta Bhavana, if he develops Metta, he or she will not have such frightful dreams. But he or she will have pleasant and sweet dreams as if he is worshipping the Buddha, he is practicing Vipassana meditation in front of the Buddha, in the very peaceful environment, as if he is flying through the air with jhana, or listening to the Dhamma talk given by the Buddha, etc. So that kinds of good dreams he may have for the Metta practitioner. Another benefit is Manosana Piyohoti. People will adore him, or people have affection for him because of his accomplishment of the noble attributes. Because he will be spreading his loving kindness to other people, and he will never cause harm to others. So people around him, those who are near and dear to him, will not find fault with him. If some people wrong to him, if some people do or talk badly to him, he is very patient and having the serenity of mind with compassion for other people. So he is loved and respected by all who come to contact with him. Developing metta from the bottom of his heart is the best attribute which invokes or causes to invite affection and respect from others. And the people who talk and do badly to him, later they regret because of his good qualities. A Metta practitioner always talk sweet and gentle. Another benefit is Amanusana Piyohoti. He or she is also loved by devas. So the fourth and the fifth advantages indicate that he or she is loved by all human beings and devas. So a story has been shown in Visuddhimagga as to how love and respect have been bestowed upon by devas. So at one time, there lived a rich man by the name of Visakha in the city of Pataliputra in India. While residing in Pataliputra, Visakha had heard of the news of the existence of many Buddhist shrines and pagodas in the island of Ceylon, now Sri Lanka, so numerous that these shrines and pagodas resemble a necklace of flowers. And the entire place was glowing with the bright color of the yellow robes donned by the members of the Sangha. and every place was safe and secure, and one could peacefully reside and spend the night anywhere without dangers and fear. Weather was favorable and conducive to good health at that place, and pleasant was the monastery which went in harmony with the fine and gentle behavior of the people, both physical and mental, which thereby a pleasant atmosphere for listening to the Dhamma with peace of mind and devotion. So these favorable circumstances had caused Visakha to reflect that it would be suitable for him to proceed to uh, Ceylon and enter into monkhood. With this aim, Visakha transferred all his business enterprise and properties to his wife and children. After having done so, he left his home with only 1 rupee in his pocket. At a seaport town, Visakha had to wait for a month to set off on his journey by a sea-going vessel. In those olden days, sea-going vessels were not the present type of steamship, but big boats with sails. And Visakha was endowed with the gifts of business skill, so he started indulging in trading, buying and selling goods by moving about from one place to another while waiting for the boat to arrive. And he earned 1,000 rupees by legally buying and selling goods inside a month. Trading in a legal way means buying articles or commodities, paying what is really worth, and selling them at a correct price. In ancient days, a margin of profits of only 2%. 2% was usually taken on a capital outlay of 1 rupee. Buying and selling goods by fair means with correct price is called Dhammika Vanija. That means trading according to law honestly. Carrying on trade in a legitimate way for one's livelihood is Sama Ajiva, right living. However, it appears that it was not the intention of Visakha, the rich man, to deal in such business transaction for his livelihood. It seemed his natural inclination that had actually made him to deal in trading business. Because later he he discarded all his money obtained from the business venture. Thereafter, the rich man Visakha left the port and he reached Ceylon, where at Mahavira monastery he made a request to be ordained a monk. And on his way to the Sima Hall, 1,000 rupees in cash, which he carried in his pouch, tucked up at his waist, slipped out accidentally. And the senior monk saw that. Senior monk who had escorted him to the Sima asked him, Upasaka Visakha, what were these? And he replied, Bande, this is my own money worth 1,000 rupees. And the Mahathira said to Visakha, Upasaka Visakha, under the rules of discipline, from the time of your becoming an ordained monk, you cannot possibly handle and manage the cash. And as such, you may make your own arrangement to do with this money right now. The Mahathira said to Visakha. Visakha Upasaka responded, I do not wish to see all those people who would favor me with their presence at my bhikkhu ordination return home empty-handed. So thinking like this, and he gave away all 1,000 rupees to let them fall scattering among the crowd of devotees outside the precincts of the Sima Hall. Only after having done so, he received bhikkhu ordination. So this rich man was named Venerable Visakha in the role of a monk. Now Visakha, for 5 years, he strove to study and took his training in the field of Vinaya rules and precepts called Dvematika. After completion of 5 vasas, he took up Kammatthana meditation practice for 4 months, each at 4 different monasteries. He stayed one monastery for 4 months and moved another monastery, and he stayed there for 4 months. So he is very, his livelihood is very light. He can easily move here and there. While practicing as such, he once made his way to a forest, remained in one solitary place, and he reflected his practice. He reflected upon his practice and noble attributes. Now that the Venerable Visakha have very pure sila, and also he had anodya, metta and gruna, and also socheya, purity. Socheya purity have of three kinds: kaya socheya, purity in body; vaci socheya, purity in speech; and mano socheya, purity in mind. So he reflected upon his noble attributes, and he uttered, Yawata upasamano, Yawata ida agato, itandare klitanati, aholavati marisa. From the time of my first entering into monkhood until I arrived at this forest area, during the period of interval, failure in the observance of moral precepts concerning the monk had never happened or never taken place. Visakha, remember your moral precepts pure, your sila is pure and not broken, and your gains and advantages relating to the morality of monk were indeed wonderful. So it is his utterance. So reliable Dhamma, he have very good moral precepts, sila, and also he had sitya, and then he have anodya, metta and gruna, loving kindness and compassion. Of course, he have also concentration and wisdom, and sochaya, purity. Later, Venerable Visakha proceeded to one monastery on Chetala mountain, situated at the extreme end of the southern range of Sri Lanka. On his way, he reached a junction of the road where he stopped for a while, his mind wavering as to which way he should resume his journey. So at this moment, a guardian angel of the mountain appeared, and the angel showed him pointing the hands towards the way. This is the road you should take, Bandi. The angel of the mountain showed him. So after he stayed there for 4 months, and during his stay, his loving kindness, metta, is spreading. Vibration of peacefulness is reaching out all around area, and all devas at that area. So after 4 months had elapsed since his arrival at Chetala monastery, one day at dawn, Venerable Visakha was lying down, planning to leave the monastery for another place. While he was thus reflecting, a Roka Deva, the guardian devas of the tree called Manika, which stood at the head of the terrace, was sitting on a step of the stairs and crying. The Roka Deva is crying. Then Venerable Visakha asks, "Who are you? Why are you weeping?" And the Roka Deva replied, "I'm the guardian Deva of the tree." And the Visakha Thera asks, "Why you are weeping?" And Deva answered, "I was crying, feeling sorry and dejected for the departure of Visakha Thera from this place very soon." The Deva said, and Visakha Thera asked him, "What noble advantages you all have obtained by my staying here?" And the guardian Deva of the tree replied, "Bande, your presence here has brought about a feeling of loving kindness among us, among all the Devas. And if you are going to leave this place, quarrel will break out among the Devas, who will also utter harsh words, hurting one another's feeling." So Rokadeva replied to the Visakha Thera. So Visakha Thera said, "If my stay here will bring happiness to you all, I will have to stay on." So Venerable Visakha continued to reside at the monastery for another 4 months. After that, he decided to go another place, and the Deva cried. A similar incident happened again and again. At the end of every 4 months, and Visakha had to stay on and on and on at this Chetala monastery until the time of his death, pre-Nirvana. So this piece of story is a clear and obvious example illustrated in the Visuddhimagga, showing how a person who is developing metta is loved and respected by the devas. And namastic benefits is Devata Rakhanti. Protection is given by the devas. The manner of giving protection or guard is stated to be similar to the kinds of protection given by the parents to their only son through love. If the devas are going to give help and protection, you will definitely be free from all dangers, and we also gain happiness. So that is number 6 benefits. Today we finish number 1, Sukha Supati. Number 2, Sukham Patibojati. Number 3, Napapakan Supina Pasati. Number 4, Manusana Piyahoti. Number 5, Amanusana Piyahoti. Number 6, Devata Rakhanti. So next week we continue other benefits. Today we have to stop our discourse by practicing Metta Bhavana, Metta meditation and Vipassana meditation. May all yogis be free from all dangers, and may all yogis be liberated from all suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.